Let's start in the very beginning. Fertilization. Fertilization occurs when the union of a sperm nucleus, of paternal origin, with an egg nucleus, of maternal origin, happens to form the primary nucleus of an embryo. The fertilized ovum is now called a zygote. The zygote will undergo cell division to form a new individual. In the early stage of embryo, the zygote has mitotically divided, resulting in a solid mass of blastomeres. Those blastomeres on the surface of the morula give rise to extra embryonic parts of the embryo. This stage is followed by formation of a cavity in this cellular mass blastocyst stage. The cells of the interior, the inner cell mass, develop into the embryo proper, also known as the embryoblast. The outer cells lining the cavity, which involve implantation and formation of placenta, are called trophoblast. The trophoblast digests the uterine endometrium, permitting deeper penetration, or what we call as implantation. Now let's move on to the derivatives of the 4 embryonic processes in the adult phase. The frontal process gives rise to 2 other processes: the median nasal process and the lateral nasal process. The median nasal process of the frontal process forms the middle part of the nose, the nasal septum, and the globular process. The philtrum of the upper lip and premaxillary area of the palate constitute the globular process. The lateral nasal process of the frontal process makes up the side of the nose and the infraorbital region. The first branchial arch gives rise to the maxillary process and mandibular process. The maxillary process accounts to the formation of the upper part of the cheeks, sides of the lip, and the secondary palate or the lateral palatine process, which includes the palate and maxillary alveolar arch. Lastly, the mandibular process forms the lower part of the cheeks, the lower lip, the lower jaw, and the anterior 2/3 of the tongue.